What's up, YouTube? We're out here in the desert setting up a Arapuca bird trap. Basically it's just a cage that you make with a couple pieces of cordage. You crisscross them and then you weave the sticks in a log cabin type pattern. They'll kind of go up into more of like a pyramid fashion. You just close off the top. Put a few rocks on there just for support or for weight so it can't be lifted up from the bottom. And then where we're at right now is I'm trying to set up a Paiute deadfall trigger. And we've got our base stick, our support stick, and then a bait stick in there. So let's see what we can do here. Weave our toggle around like this. I'm gonna notch this here. We're gonna go like that's a very dead stick. And then it'll go like that. It should seat a little bit better here. Our toggle just goes around like this. Once it has a tendency to want to twist. That could be the hardest thing about these deadfalls, these Paiutes, among other things. And your sticks are gonna have a tendency to come apart because the only thing that's really holding those in there is just the tension from the rope, so the vibration is going to knock it apart. What I probably gotta do, this is gonna be so sensitive. It's like incredibly sensitive. I'm surprised. That's just ridiculous. Now I'll need some little like Y stick here to prop that up. Fortunately that particular one was not long enough. Here we go. And I broke it. Wonderful. Try this one. See, it's wanting to collapse. So it's set, but it's so sensitive right now. We'll just watch it for a minute, because it'll probably just go off on its own. And so I've got this wild bird seed here, which I have in a peppercorn container. They just go nuts over that. Really anything out here, rodents, birds, quail, whatever, they're going to want to eat that. So essentially what you do is you just throw the seed in there, which I can already put some in, towards the back, because you want to draw them all the way in. And they're going to root around. They're not going to like that stick being there. So they're just going to step on it. They're going to move it out of the way. This thing's going to fall. Now you got to be careful, because if you put too much seed towards the front, they might accidentally trigger it when they're not fully outside or inside the trap, and it won't catch them. So you got to be careful with that. The only thing I don't like about it is just that the bait stick's a little bit low. So I'd kind of rather it be a little bit higher so it has more room to fall. It's hard to tell. I've used jagged kind of sticks, and sometimes when they have a point or a jagged edge, they'll get snagged. You want to make sure your toggle has room to clear too, because the toggle needs to flip all the way around and out. The bait stick needs to be able to be pressed down. But it was so sensitive that I think that that bait stick will fall. And sometimes what you can do is even lay some sticks on top of the bait stick. So that way they have to move those sticks out of the way or step on them as well to get to the bait. You don't want to make the bait really easy to get to. That's one thing. I mean, heck, you might as well even just cover up the bait, because you want them to be rooting and kind of make them get in the mindset where they have to get aggressive to get it. They have to really get in there. A lot of times it's kind of hard to see because it's hard to look through the cage, but a lot of times you can put rocks around there, which I've already done a little bit. My foot's falling asleep. And the rocks will kind of direct them at a certain place. So if they have a 360-degree area where they can walk around the bait stick, they're going to find the optimum place that seems the safest, so they can stand there and peck away at the seeds and avoid touching anything. You put rocks there to block off some of those spaces, it's going to kind of force them to come up the front where that bait stick's at. So they're going to have to jump on it, over it, around it, under it. They're going to hit it. Now, I've been here a while. It's a little bit windy, and it hasn't gone off yet. So generally after your first few minutes, if it hasn't gone off, it's a pretty good chance it's going to stay up at least for a little while. So we'll leave it there, see what happens, come back to it later. Maybe we'll have something. Just want to make sure that the trap can fall flat. There's no impediments in the way, and there's no holes under there to where the birds can claw their way out and dig under it. So that's pretty much it on this one. I'm going to take the camera down and show you a close-up of the inside. Looks like in there. The toggle, the bait stick. Again, that's the Arapuca bird trap. And make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Appreciate the views. Thanks for watching.